Okay, good morning. Now today we will start helical gear. Spur gear chapter is over. Now what is mean by helical gear? Helical gear. In that first word is there, that is helical. Helical word is made up of the word helix. Helical word is made up of the word helix. Now I will tell in Marathi how that helix is there. आपल्याला माहिती की आपण बागेत इकडे तिकडे झाडं आणि वेल लावतो वेल. तो वेल जेव्हा ट्रेस करतो कर्व, वेल जेव्हा असा वरती जात असतो तेव्हा तो एक कर्व ट्रेस करतो आणि त्या वेलचा जर आपण फ्रंट व्ह्यू बघितला त्या कर्वचा तर आपल्याला अशा तिरक्या लाईन दिसतात, इन्क्लाइन लाईन. त्या तिरक्या लाईन किंवा इन्क्लाइन लाईन म्हणजेच हेलिक्स, helical lines. That lines are known as helical lines, and that's why the name helical gear is there, because in case of helical gear, teeth are inclined with respect to the surface of the gear. Teeth are inclined with respect to the surface of the gear. That's why the name helical gear. In case of spur gear, the teeth of the gear are parallel to the surface of the gear. Now you just say, these are some images. These are some images of the helical gear. Now you are observing here that these teeth are inclined on the surface of the gear. You just see. Teeth are inclined on the surface of the gear. Means I will draw here also. If you will see, in case of spur gear, the teeth were like this. In case of spur gear, teeth were parallel to the, or teeth are the parallel to the surface of the gear. But in case of helical gear, teeth are inclined like this. Teeth are inclined. That's why the name is known as helical gear. Therefore, these are some images of the helical gear. The smaller gear is known as pinion, larger gear is known as wheel or gear. Now you just see, how to identify the helical gear. How to identify the helical gear. 1 minute. Okay, whether same screen is visible. Okay, now you just see what is meant by left hand helical gear and right hand helical gear. Now if you see, first of all we will see right hand helical gear. This helical gear is there. Its teeth are inclined like this towards right side. Therefore it is known as right hand helical gear. How to identify? Now you just see, Suppose I will draw this front view of the gear. Front view of the gear is always rectangle, remember. Front view of the gear is always rectangle. Therefore, this is the gear, this is the center line. Now, how to identify this right hand helical gear? If I will draw the teeth like this, and if I will extend the teeth, therefore this extended teeth is going to intersect the axis of the gear. This is the axis of the gear towards right side. Towards right side. That's why it is known as right hand helical gear. If this teeth I will extend, you just see. They are going to intersect towards right hand side. That's why the gear, this gear is known as right hand helical gear. Now this is left hand helical gear. See that teeth are like this, inclined towards left. Teeth are inclined towards left, or same type of whatever right hand is there. I will draw here. Skin is not visible. Now it is visible. Now, okay, once again I will tell. This is right hand helical gear. I will erase this. Okay, there are two types of helical gear, right hand helical gear and left hand helical gear. Now this gear is known as right hand helical gear because its teeth are inclined towards right side. And how to identify? Now I will draw here gear. Now you are knowing that front view of the gear is nothing but rectangle. Therefore, this is the gear. This is the axis of the gear. And these are the teeth. Now these teeth are inclined like this. Now if I will extend the teeth, all the teeth are going to intersect on the axis of the gear towards right side. Towards right side. That's why this is known as right hand helical gear. And this is left hand helical gear. In case of left hand helical gear, teeth are inclined towards left side. Means like this position is there. Therefore, again I will explain with the help of diagram. This is the left hand helical gear. Now if you will extend the teeth, teeth are inclined towards left side. Sorry, teeth are intersecting towards left side on the axis of the gear. On the axis of the gear. That's why it is known as left hand helical gear. That's why this type of gear is known as left hand helical gear. And always remember, when two helical gears are in contact with each other, right hand helical gear is in contact with left hand helical gear. Right hand helical gear is in contact with left hand helical gear. Now see here, same case. Here, this is the right hand pinion is there, and this is left hand gear is there. Right hand helical pinion is in contact with left hand helical gear. Is in contact with left hand helical gear. Same case, same diagram is there. Pinion with right-handed helical teeth, because teeth will intersect towards right side. Teeth are going to intersect towards. If I will extend this teeth is going to intersect towards right side to the axis of the gear. That's why this is known as right hand pinion. And this, suppose I will draw here like this. and this is the axis. Therefore, this is intersecting towards left side. That's why this is known as left hand helical gear. Now, we will see what is the difference between helical gear and spur gear. First of all, again, let me draw the diagram of the spur gear, then you will understand it better. Now see here, I will draw convention of the spur gear. Spur gear teeth are like this. What is happening now? But shall I remove him? That TY38. If he is doing like this, direct action is there with me. Okay, this is the spur gear, in which teeth are parallel to the surface of the gear or teeth are parallel to the axis of the gear. See that? Teeth are parallel to the axis of the gear. This is nothing but spur gear. This is nothing but spur gear. Now I will draw here helical gear for your understanding again. Therefore, this is helical gear. This is right hand helical gear. Now, first difference. What is the first difference? In case of spur gear, teeth are parallel to the surface of the gear. And in case of helical gear, teeth are inclined to the surface of the gear. Teeth are inclined to the surface of the gear. Therefore, this is the first difference. I think you understood it. Therefore, same case is there. The teeth of spur gears are cut parallel to the axis of the shaft. Axis of the shaft means axis of the gear. The teeth of the helical gears are cut in the form of helix. That means teeth are inclined on the surface of the gear in case of helical gear. Now, you just see what is the second difference. In case of spur gear, contact between the meshing teeth occurs along the entire face width of the tooth. That means what? Along the entire face width means what is happening? I will draw here small diagram, then you will understand. Suppose this is the spur gear tooth. This is the spur gear tooth of one gear, and this is the spur gear tooth of another gear. Therefore, this contact, when शेवटचे दोन स्टुडंट उभे राहा, why you are talking? In case of spur gear, when two spur gear teeth are coming in contact with each other, the contact between the two gear teeth is happening along the entire face width. Means what? When two spur gears are coming in contact with each other, sudden contact takes place. That means what? One gear tooth is going to impact on another gear tooth. Sudden impact is there. That means lot of force will exist at the contact point in case of spur gear. But in case of helical gear, what is happening? Again, I will draw for your understanding. First of all, now see that this is suppose left hand helical gear teeth. First of all, point of contact will start from here. This is left hand. Means like this it will start. First of all, contact point or at the initial point, there is a point contact will be there. There is a point contact like this, or like this point contact will be there. And then slowly or gradually it will become line contact. Therefore, in case of spur gear, there is a sudden engagement of tooth is there. And in case of helical gear, there is a gradual or slowly, the two gear teeth are engaging slowly or gradually with each other. That's why in case of spur gear, that noise is there because of sudden impact of one gear tooth on another gear tooth. But in case of helical gear, since first of all contact starts point contact and then it slowly becomes line contact. But in case of spur gear, directly line contact is there. Means that is nothing but this. In case of spur gear, the contact between meshing teeth, occurs along the entire face width of the tooth, resulting in sudden application of the load, which in turn results in impact conditions and generates noise in high-speed application. In helical gear, the contact between the meshing teeth begins with a point on the leading edge of the tooth and gradually extends along the diagonal line across the tooth. Therefore, this is the second difference. Now, third difference is there is a gradual pickup of load by the tooth, resulting in smooth engagement and quiet operation at high speeds in case of helical gear. Since engagement is gradual in case of helical gear, therefore there is no noise and operation is quiet. Quiet म्हणजे काय? शांत. Quiet म्हणजे काय? शांत. Therefore, helical gears are used in automobiles, turbines, and high-speed applications. Helical gears are used in automobiles, turbines, and high-speed applications, even up to 3,000 meters per minute. Even up to 3,000 meters per minute. Now, again, another difference is there. If spur gears, you are knowing, gears are used to transmit the power, or gears are used to increase the speed or to decrease the speed. बरोबर आहे का? आपण सगळे टू व्हीलर फोर व्हीलर चालवतो, आपण गिअर बॉक्स मध्ये तो गिअर शाफ्ट चेंज करतो. गिअर चेंज करतो म्हणजे काय करतो आपण? स्पीड वाढवतो किंवा स्पीड कमी करतो. म्हणजेच गिअर हे स्पीड वाढवण्यासाठी आणि स्पीड कमी करण्यासाठी पण वापरतात. हे पण तुम्हाला माहिती पाहिजे. देअरफॉर तुम्ही जर बघितलं टू व्हीलर मध्ये आपल्या स्पर गिअर तुम्हाला दिसणार नाही. टू व्हीलरचा गिअर बॉक्स कधी काढून बघितलं का तुम्ही? हेलिकल गिअर्स आहेत बघा. हेलिकल गिअर, स्पर गिअर असतील खाली 1 2 3, पण जिथे मेन तुमचं स्पीड पाहिजे तिथे हेलिकल गिअर आहे. Therefore, helical gears are used to transmit the speed or for the speed ratio of above 1:5 or up to 1:10. 1:5 पर्यंत तुम्ही स्पर गिअर वापरू शकता, पण 1:5 आणि अप टू 1:10 तुम्हाला स्पीड रिडक्शन रेशो पाहिजे असेल तर तुम्हाला कुठला गिअर वापरावा लागेल? हेलिकल गिअर. तुम्ही आता सगळेजण ते कॅन्टीनला रस प्यायला जाता, उसाचा म्हणतो बरं का मी. तुम्ही त्या उसाच्या ते शुगर कॅन ज्यूस मशीन आहे बघितले का तुम्ही सगळ्यांनी? बघितले ते स्पर गिअर आहेत का तिथं? तुम्ही लक्षात आलं असेल की त्यांचं जे स्पीड असतं पेरिफेरल व्हेलॉसिटी, स्पीड म्हणजे पेरिफेरल व्हेलॉसिटी कमी असते. इन केस ऑफ स्पर गिअर दॅट पेरिफेरल व्हेलॉसिटी इज लेस, but in case of helical gear this is the peripheral velocity. It can be used up to the applications of 3,000 meters per minute. Therefore, this is the basic difference between spur gear and helical gear. Every time for the interview, whenever you are going for interview, these basic questions are there. What is the difference between spur gear and helical gear. Therefore, you must tell by drawing the diagram. You have to explain by drawing the diagram. Diagram काढली की समोरच्या माणसाला लगेच समजतं तुम्हाला काय म्हणायचं. Now, types of helical gears. There are two types of helical gears: parallel helical gears and crossed helical gears. Now we are knowing that basic thing. You are knowing that helical gears and spur gears are used to transmit motion between the two parallel shafts. Between the two parallel shafts. हे बघा. This is the helical gear. This is the axis of one shaft. This is the axis of one shaft. I will draw here. And this is the axis of another shaft. Therefore, these axes are parallel to each other. That means helical gears are used to transmit motion or power when two shafts are parallel to each other. Therefore, according to that, there are types of helical gear. First is parallel helical gear. Parallel helical gear means what? When two helical gears are used to transmit motion or power when the axis of the shafts are parallel to each other. This is the diagram of parallel helical gear. See that axis is like this. Three-dimensional axis I will draw. And this is the axis of another gear. Therefore, these two axes are parallel to each other. This is known as parallel helical gears. Now next is crossed helical gears. Next is crossed helical gears. Crossed helical gears means what? Axes of the shaft are neither parallel to each other, nor they are intersecting with each other. Means like this will be there. I will draw it like this. See that the axis of this gear is like this. And axis of this gear is like this. Now when you will see top view, axes are intersecting, but this is not the case. The axis of this shaft is going like this, and axis of this shaft is going like this. Therefore, the axes of the two gears are not parallel to each other, and they are not intersecting with each other, and that's why they are known as crossed helical gears. That's why they are known as crossed helical. If you see, this gear is placed like this, while this gear is placed like rotate केलतो असा shaft असा फिरवलेला आहे. Therefore, this is known as crossed helical gears. Now, terminology of helical gear. The conventional representation of a pair of helical gears on technical drawings is illustrated in figure. Therefore, this is the conventional representation. I think you have studied in machine drawing, BIS conventions, how to represent helical gear, how to represent spur gear. Still, for your understanding, I will draw here. See that this is, suppose this is the gear, this is the axis of the gear. Now spur gear is shown like this. This is the convention of the spur gear. This is the convention of the spur gear. And how helical gears are shown? Helical gears are shown like this. This is the convention of helical gear. Therefore, same thing it has been drawn here. Gear काढलेत आणि फक्त incline line दाखवलेत अशा 3 line. Therefore, you have to understand that this gear is the helical gear. Now it is necessary to show the hand of the helix or the direction of the teeth on the drawing. Now in the previous slide, I have explained to you that how to identify right hand helical gear and how to identify left hand helical gear. Always remember, when two helical gears are in contact with each other and they are connected with parallel shafts, then right hand helical gear is in contact with left hand helical gear. Now just say these shafts axes are parallel to each other. Shaft axes are parallel to each other. This is the axis of the one shaft. And this is the axis of the another shaft. Therefore, axes are parallel to each other. This is the right hand pinion is going to mesh with left hand helical gear. Right hand pinion is going to mesh with left hand helical gear. Therefore, whether you want to draw this diagram, काढता काही जमेल का काढायला? Diagram is not that much simple. लक्षात घ्या. First of all, try to understand how to draw the diagram. First of all, you have to draw this middle diagram. This is the top view. Now what you have to do, whatever the center lines of the gears are there, the center lines of the gears you have to extend. And whatever all the projections you have to extend like this. लक्षात आलं का? हे सगळे प्रोजेक्शन एक्सटेंड करायचे असे. हे पण खाली जर तुम्ही बघितलं, समजलं का? These projections you have to extend and this line will go exactly at the bottom. बघा इथं. I am telling you how to draw the figure. Otherwise, this figure is very difficult to draw. Therefore, same case here. This projection समजलं का? डायग्राम कशी काढली ते? Now you just say this is the top view. Middle diagram is the top view of the helical gear. A portion of the top view of the parallel helical gear is shown in figure. A1, B1 and A2, B2 are center lines of the adjacent teeth taken on the pitch plane. Now just see A1, B1. This is A1, B1. I have told you to extend center line. A2, B2. What these are? These are center lines of the adjacent teeth. Center lines of the adjacent म्हणजे काय? एकमेकाच्या जवळ. जे दोन टीथ एकमेकाच्या जवळ आहेत त्यांना त्यांची सेंटर लाइन नथिंग बट काय? A1, B1 आणि A2, B2. The angle A1, B2, A2 is the helix angle gamma or psi. You can see, consider here, you can take that. Helix angle is denoted by letter psi. Therefore, see that this angle is there. A1, B2, A2. A1, B2, A2. Means whatever this angle is there. A1, B2, A2. Whatever this angle is there. This angle is nothing but psi angle. Psi is known as helix angle. It is defined as the angle between the axis of the shaft and the center line of the tooth taken on the pitch plane. Taken on the pitch plane. XX is the plane of rotation. XX is the plane of rotation, while YY is a plane perpendicular to the tooth elements. YY is the plane. This is the section XX, section YY. Section YY is this is the section YY. Yeah? This line. See, this line is there. This line. This line is YY line, which is nothing but which is perpendicular to the tooth. The distance A1, A2 is called the transverse pitch P. This distance A1, A2, A1, A2, horizontal distance. It is known as transverse pitch P, which is measured in the plane of rotation. Which is measured in the plane of rotation. The distance AC1. See that this distance is there, A1C1, like this. Sorry, this is A1C. A1C distance is called normal circular pitch. Why it is called normal? Normal शब्दाचा अर्थ काय? Normal म्हणजे perpendicular म्हणजेच 90 degree. Normal म्हणजे काय? Perpendicular म्हणजेच 90 degree म्हणजेच tangential. समजलं का? एकच शब्दाला किती समानार्थी शब्द आहेत? 90 degree म्हणजेच नॉर्मल म्हणजेच टँजेंट म्हणजेच परपेंडिक्युलर. Therefore, distance A1C is called as normal circular pitch. का normal circular pitch? कारण ते डिस्टन्स आपण टूथला परपेंडिक्युलर मेजर केलेलं. डिस्टन्स कसं मेजर केले? टूथला परपेंडिक्युलर. I will draw that helical gear here, then you will understand it better. See that these are the helical gear teeth. Now these teeth are inclined. Now if I will draw normal line, normal or perpendicular or at 90 degree, what will happen? I will draw a line like this. Is it correct? So that this angle will be 90 degree. This angle will be 90 degree. Therefore, this distance from this tooth to this distance is called as normal circular pitch. Normal. आणि हे जो उभं जे डिस्टन्स आहे म्हणजे बघा हा राईट अँगल ट्रायंगल झाला बघा. हे आहे नॉर्मल सर्क्युलर पिच. हा तिरकं जे डिस्टन्स मोजले आपण हे काय आहे नॉर्मल सर्क्युलर पिच. आणि हे उभं जे डिस्टन्स मोजले त्याला काय म्हणतात ऍक्सियल पिच. उभं जे डिस्टन्स मोजले त्याला काय म्हणतो आपण ऍक्सियल पिच और ट्रान्सवर्स पिच. ट्रान्सवर्सचा अर्थ काय? ट्रान्सवर्स शब्दाचा अर्थ काय? ट्रान्सवर्स म्हणजे उभा, हॉरिझॉन्टल म्हणजे आडवा. समजलं का? ट्रान्सवर्स शब्दाचा अर्थ काय? उभा, हॉरिझॉन्टल म्हणजे आडवा. म्हणजेच हे जे आपण उभं जे डिस्टन्स मोजलंय तुम्हाला शब्दांचा अर्थ काय सांगतो पण तुम्हाला बरंच मला माहित नाही. हॉरिझॉन्टल म्हणजे काय, ट्रान्सवर्स म्हणजे काय, इन्क्लाइन म्हणजे काय, बऱ्याच मुलांना अजून शब्द माहित नाही. आणि ऑनलाईन म्हणलं तर माहित नाहीतच. Therefore, this is known as transverse circular pitch. हे जे उभं डिस्टन्स आहे ते हे आणि हे नॉर्मल सर्क्युलर पिच. Now you just see again same diagram is taken here. Now I will draw the triangle here, then you will understand it better. See that which triangle they have taken, A1, A2, C. Again I will draw. हा जो आहे तुमचा कुठला अँगल आहे 90 डिग्री. हे जे डिस्टन्स आहे A1, A2 याला कुठला पिच म्हणतात ट्रान्सवर्स पिच. ट्रान्सवर्स पिच P. आणि हे जे डिस्टन्स आहे this is known as normal pitch. This is known as normal pitch, and this angle is known as helix angle psi. This angle is known as helix angle psi. Therefore, if you will take cos psi काय येणार आता सांगा बरं. आता ही A1 A2 आहे हा हायपोटेन्युस लक्षात घ्या. A1 A2 काय आहे हायपोटेन्युस म्हणजे कर्ण. कर्ण म्हणजे महाभारतातला कर्ण नाही. तुम्हाला लगेच वाटेल की सर आता महाभारतच दाखव. हायपोटेन्युस मीन्स कर्ण. महाभारतातलं कर्ण नाही तेवढं फक्त लक्षात ठेवा. आता सर तुम्ही म्हणता अर्जुन कुठे गेला कृष्ण पण नाही. Therefore, cos psi A1C divided by A म्हणजे काय P. म्हणूनच काय रिलेशन आलं Pn is equal to P cos psi. लक्षात काही रिलेशन कसं आलं ते. Now we are knowing that P small p into capital P. Small p into capital P is equal to pi. आता आपण हे रिलेशन कुठे शिकलोय तुम्हाला बेसिक गोष्ट तुम्हाला आली नसल्यावर मी सांगतो तुम्हाला. डायमेट्रल पिच आणि सर्क्युलर पिच एक हे आहे बघा कन्सेप्ट स्पर गिअर मध्ये. डायमेट्रल पिच आणि सर्क्युलर पिच. सर्क्युलर पिचचा फॉर्म्युला असतो पाय इंटू एम. सर्क्युलर पिचचा फॉर्म्युला असतो आणि डायमेट्रल पिचचा फॉर्म्युला असतो 1/m. डायमेट्रल पिचचा फॉर्म्युला असतो म्हणजे सर्क्युलर पिच इंटू डायमेट्रल पिच इज इक्वल टू काय येणार πm इंटू 1/m म्हणजे काय येणार पाय. Therefore, that formula is taken here. In case of spur gear, diametral pitch into circular pitch is equal to that product is known as pi. Therefore, this P is nothing but circular pitch, capital P is nothing but diameter pitch. This is pi. Therefore, same thing they have taken here. If this small pn and capital Pn is equal to pi, and if you will substitute these two relations here, you will get this second equation. Just to see you are getting it or not. बघावर Pn ची व्हॅल्यू काय येणार इथे आता इथे जर तुम्ही सबस्टिट्यूट केलं तर काय येणार पाय डिवाइडेड बाय कॅपिटल Pn बरोबर का इज इक्वल टू स्मॉल p ची व्हॅल्यू काय येणार पाय डिवाइडेड बाय कॅपिटल P बरोबर आहे का इनटू कॉस आहे तसंच राहणार ना. मग इकडचा पाय गेला आणि इकडचा पाय गेला, मग काय येणार? पीएन इज इक्वल टू रिव्हर्स होणार, रेसिप्रोकल. बरोबर आहे का? इथे काय 1 आहे, 1 डिवायडेड बाय पीएन. पीएन जर वरती करता इथे काय येणार? हा पी वरती जाणार, हा कॉस आहे, काय येणार? खाली येणार. म्हणजे कॅपिटल पीएन इज इक्वल टू कॅपिटल पी डिवायडेड बाय कॉस आहे. लक्ष झालं का? एक्सप्रेशन लक्ष झालं का? हे कसं आलं ते? Therefore, where PN and P are normal and transverse diameter pitch. बघा मी तुम्हाला म्हणलं ते आला का शब्द इथं? खालची लाईन मी अजून वाचली पण नव्हती. खालची लाईन मी अजून बघितली पण नव्हती, फक्त मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं बरोबर. हा स्मॉल पी आहे, हा स्मॉल पी सर्क्युलर पिच, हा कॅपिटल पी diametral pitch. Similarly, a small pn normal circular pitch, capital Pn diametral circular pitch. समजलं का? एक रिलेशन कसं आलं ते? तुम्ही म्हणताल साने वाचूनच दाखवलं, डायरेक्ट हे वाचलं सर पुढे गेले. पुढे पुढे गेलेलो नाही मी. हे रिलेशन कसं आलं ते पण तुम्हाला समजून सांगितलं. नाव आता आपल्याला माहिती आहे डायमीटर पिच म्हणजे काय? पी इज इक्वल टू 1/m. मला मागे सांगितलं डायमीटर पिचचा फॉर्म्युला काय असतो? 1/m. मग आपल्याला काय रिलेशन आहे हे? पीएन इज इक्वल टू पी अपॉन कॉस आहे. हे डायमीटर पिच आहे. मग ह्या पीएन चं व्हॅल्यू काय येणार? 1/mn. बरोबर का? इज इक्वल टू ह्या पी चा फॉर्म्युला काय? 1/m कॉस आहे. म्हणजे काय रिलेशन आलं शेवटी? mn इज इक्वल टू m कॉस आहे. लक्षात आलं का तुमच्या? हे बघा की 1/mn इज इक्वल टू 1/m कॉस आहे. म्हणजे mn इज इक्वल टू काय येणार? m सेम रिलेशन इज हियर. समजलं का? ऍटलिस्ट तुम्ही हे रिलेशन तर लिहून घ्या सगळ्यांनी प्लीज, बिकॉज दिस वी हॅव टू यूज व्हाइल सॉल्विंग द प्रॉब्लेम. प्रॉब्लेम सोडवताना आपल्याला हे इक्वेशन वापरायचे आहेत. Therefore, write down the equations at least. Therefore, write down let Pn is equal to small pn. Let small pn is equal to normal circular pitch. Small pn is equal to normal circular pitch. Small p is equal to transverse circular pitch. Small p is equal to transverse circular pitch. Psi is equal to helix angle. Psi is equal to helix angle. Therefore, write down this is the directly write down equations. Therefore, small pn is equal to small p cos psi. Small pn is equal to small p cos psi, equation 1. Similarly, write down equation 2. Capital Pn is equal to capital P upon cos psi. Equation 2. Where you write down capital Pn and capital PR. Capital Pn and capital PR, normal and transverse. Normal and transverse diametral pitches. respectively. समजलं का? पुढचं रिलेशन द्या. Therefore mn is equal to m cos psi. mn is equal to mn is equal to m cos psi, equation 3. And another you write down where mn is equal to normal module in mm. mn is equal to normal module in mm. M is equal to transverse module. Small m is equal to transverse module. Now you write down another relation. PA is equal to small PA is equal to P upon tan psi. Where PA is equal to axial circular pitch. PA is equal to axial circular pitch. PA is equal to axial circular pitch. लिहिलं का? Now this equation they are obtained from the triangle A1, A2, B2. A1, A2, B2 हा triangle बघायचा. A1, A2, B2. Therefore, if you will take tan psi काय येणार? A1C divided by A1B2. A1C म्हणजे काय? P divided by PA is equal to tan psi. मग PA is equal to काय येणार? P upon tan psi. Tan psi is equal to, still students are not understanding, P divided by PN. P divided by PA, sorry. From this triangle. I will draw this triangle separately. This is right angle A1C. This is B2. This is the angle psi. Therefore, this is P and this is PA. Therefore, tan psi is equal to P divided by PA. Therefore, PA is equal to काय येणार? P upon tan psi. समजलं का? Now write down there are two pressure angles in case of helical gear. There are two pressure angles in case of helical gear. First is transverse pressure angle alpha. First is transverse pressure angle alpha. And second, normal pressure angle alpha n. Normal pressure angle alpha n. Therefore, you write down. Therefore, write down cos psi is equal to tan of alpha n divided by tan of alpha. This relation directly they have taken. Cos of psi is equal to tan of alpha n divided by tan of alpha. Now always remember normal pressure angle alpha n is always 20 degree. Normal pressure angle alpha n is always 20 degree, and the pitch circle diameter of the helical gear is given by, write down, pitch circle diameter of the helical gear is given by ZP, or you write down Z into M. Directly write down Z into M. Now you are knowing that pitch circle diameter we have seen in case of spur gear. आपण बघितलं होतं M into ZP. बघितलं होतं का? हा फॉर्म्युला बघितला होता का? Same formula you have to write for helical gear. Directly you write down D is equal to Z into M. Z into M. मग काय येणार? D is equal to, आपण हे इक्वेशन बघितले, इक्वेशन 3. इक्वेशन 3 वरून M ची व्हॅल्यू काय येणार? M is equal to Mn upon cos psi. ती व्हॅल्यू आपण इथे सबस्टिट्यूट करायची. Z Mn upon cos psi. लक्षात आलं का? This is the formula for pitch circle diameter of helical gear. This is the formula for pitch circle diameter of helical gear. समजलं का? Write down equation number 6. Now you write down, therefore center distance, write down center distance between the two helical gears is given by, center distance म्हणजे काय? Again I will draw the diagram here. This is known as center distance. This is known as center distance म्हणजे काय? Distance between centers of the two gears. Center distance अर्थ काय? Distance between centers of the two gear. म्हणजे distance between center lines of the two gear. म्हणजे काय येणार? D1 by 2 plus D2 by 2. समजलं का? ही एवढी रेडियस प्लस ही रेडियस. रेडियस म्हणजे काय? D divided by 2. Therefore write down center distance A is equal to D1 divided by 2 plus D2 divided by 2 plus is equal to Z1 Mn divided by 2 cos psi plus Z2 Mn divided by 2 cos psi. Therefore A is equal to Mn. Mn upon common काढलं. Mn we have taken common. Mn into bracket Z1 plus Z2 divided by 2 cos psi. Next you write down speed ratio. Speed ratio for helical gear I is given by, speed ratio for helical gear I is given by, I is equal to omega P divided by omega G, which is equal to ZG upon ZP. Equation 8. Where suffix P and G, where suffix P and G refer to the pinion and gear respectively. Where suffix P and G refer to the pinion and gear respectively. Okay, I think we will stop here. Now let me take your attendance.